Hello, hello, Tanya.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm really grateful for you and for the fact that you want to share your experience with Femina Flow from Fight to Flow program. And first things first, tell us more about yourself. Who are you? What do you do? What are you passionate about? All the juices.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me. Also, just because I get to talk about your sessions and hopefully, yeah, share with others because your sessions, your breathwork sessions have been like, I don't know, it's like candy for the brain or something, or the heart or the soul or something like that. It's like better than candy, you know? So I just I want to give back to you because you've given me so much.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And yeah, replace sugar with breath work for sure. So, who are you, Tanya? What are you doing?
Yeah. So I do, well, my coaching is called Fuck Being Stuck Coaching.
Okay.
That says everything. And I do leadership communication for women, particularly in male dominated fields. So I have a background in global security and crisis management. So if you think of all the hot spots, I pretty much have been there or have clients in there or both. So, more
Yeah.
like I'm more like the Afghanistan, Yemen, South Sudan, Palestine kind of person, security. So really the tough stuff. Um, and so now I've got moving away from that and doing leadership communication for women.
Amazing, amazing. Um, how did you feel before joining the sessions? What were your challenges and struggles?
Well, having being in security, I had burnt out and had stress and had depression and had a lot of things that kind of took the rug out from underneath my feet. And it was a very long time. I'm talking like 10, 15 years of not really knowing what that was and not acknowledging it completely and not doing much about it. Like, oh, put a band-aid on it and then go back out to Afghanistan because everything is good in Afghanistan, and things like this. And also, like, in those kind of workplaces, I don't get called if your roses are wilting in the garden. I get called if you have a kidnapped colleague or someone has been raped or
Right.
bombed, or that's my specialty, is really tough situations. And so I thought I could just tough out those things. And now I'm in a process of acknowledging the healing that I needed to do, that I still need to do, that I'm a work in progress. And trying to put that rug back, right? And it's a different. Okay, I've got to be careful how much I talk about a rug, but like, put back the flooring and get my footing down, and finding out about your breathwork sessions tied into this, that I'm open to what does healing look like for me. I don't know. I don't have a set term, like, so I was just interviewed like 2 weeks ago, and someone was like, "Oh, why didn't you medicate yourself?" And I was like, that was never an option for me. That I don't want to do. And also, that was so American. Like, I don't know. Like, oh, we put a medicine for everything. I don't want, I live in Denmark. We don't think like that here.
Yeah.
So, and also that's just not me. And I don't think that that brings me to a longer term solution. And so, because that's not healing, that's Band-Aid. I've already done the Band-Aid, so I don't want to do more Band-Aids, like stick on a quick solution. I want to find out, go deeper, and then find out how can I heal and be stronger and more resilient. So I'm in an open phase right now in my life.
And I love it. Yeah. And how do sessions helped you? What was surprising? What did you experience?
Well, the first session, it was, I would say, like, it was like relaxing, but it was like okay, like it was nice, right? And it was, I mean, more than nice. It was like nice. So if nice could have like capital, we put nice in capitals, right? And bold, but it was nice, And the second time was when things started to shift for me, in a major way, that those last minutes where we have our own time. Um,
Yeah.
I saw myself jumping off a cliff, and like a little cliff, not and I know where that is. It's where my old house is, on an island. And having angel wings kind of catch me, and I was playing in the wind and just like playing with doing these jumps, and then like knowing that I was going to be safe, that these wings were going to catch me. And then I was running and going up the stairs, and I thought, okay, in real life this doesn't work because I know that there's thorn bushes and they would get all caught up in my wings, but like in my world, in my made up world, I'm like, my wings will like not get caught up in the thorns, and I can just keep going back and jumping and and landing. And it was a very safe and playful feeling. And I still, months later, when I want to make myself feel like this burst of joy, I can put myself back into that situation. I can feel the sun on me. I can see my feet just kind of pushing off, and the wings embracing me and holding me, and just then gently bringing me to the beach, right? Or landing me on the beach, and then the playfulness of it and having fun with it. So it's that session, it still sticks with me months later. And I'm so grateful.
Thank you for sharing your story. It's a beautiful example of what those sessions are giving you, which is safety in your body, and you just trust yourself. You trust the unknown that no matter what happens, you're just safe.
Yeah.
But you need to get to that moment of
Can I tell
connection. Yeah.
can I tell a thing before, why it's particularly important for me that um as a baby, like 1.5 years old, my say bio father, but the person who produced the sperm who produced me. That's how I would put him as. Um, uh, Tried to kill me and throw me out a window. And when I was a child, my adopted parents didn't tell me what had happened to me, and I had always had this thing about falling, and like really strong trauma around this falling feeling, right? Um, and I have worked through some of that, but I didn't know where it came from. It wasn't until I was in my 40s or so that my adoptive parents told me what had happened. So
Yeah.
it's okay, now it's been some years, but like this is part of for me, a recent, it's been in me my whole life, but it's my recent history that or only recently that I'm starting to work through, like understand what had happened during those baby years. Um, and so being able to let myself jump off a cliff, not even jump, it was more like going backwards even. So like I can't, if I think about that in context of like what had happened to me as a baby, and some of the healing, that's also another layer of healing, like the physical, like because
Mhm.
that's also very much in my body. um and so to replace that old trauma, or have a different not replace it, but have a different relationship to that old trauma, and find joy, and find, like, yeah, literally playful joy, like, just like, you know.
Yeah, thank you. Really, thank you once again for sharing all of it. And it's, to me, it sounds like what you've experienced was kind of rebirthing process, you know? So, yeah, amazing transformation. Sometimes we don't have to even remember that it's someone somewhere stored in our body and it remembers, even though our mind doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel right now? What has changed thanks to those sessions?
Oh, like, well, one that important thing, that if I ever want to revisit it, I have it now, that new memory, or feels like a memory, right? It feels like I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I can replay that feeling. Um, Also, each time I go or I join, I'm just open to that it can be anything.
Mm-hmm.
That it can that I really trust you. I really trust your process. I trust that it can range. I've had now, excuse me. I've tried a few times where it is very nice, very relaxing, very like ooh, nice. Okay, this word. When I say nice, I'm put, like bold. Nice, right? You know, lovely. Lovely's not strong enough, but like nice,
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I've had that to like this more borderline spiritual experience, and I've had a couple of those. So, but each time it's different. Each time it is what it is, and I just know that when I go in, I will have an amazing experience, and that, um, to experience something in myself that you can't tap into, or I don't know how to tap into that with just without you, and
Oh,
without that process.
oh.
So, yeah.
Thank you. Really, thank you for your trust, and for receiving my guidance because this is crucial too, right? I can guide you, but if you're close to that, you won't receive it. So, yeah, it's mutual. And is there anything you would want to advise to a person who wants healing, wants to join, but, hesitates?
Ooh. Mm, I was gonna say, I don't, yeah, when it's right,
Mm.
that if you're super hesitant, then maybe that's blocking off something. There has to be some kind of willingness to walk in and say, I don't know what, but I'm okay.
Mm.
Like, I don't I don't know how this will be. I don't know, but you can always open your eyes, right? You can always like change your breathing. You can always like touch the sofa or the mat or whatever, right? You can always, so if you allow yourself
Mm.
that space to find out, then it's is magical too strong of a word, but like it will be okay. You will be okay. You will find what you have the capacity to find. Um, but first, I think there has to be that openness, that like I can trust myself enough to trust me in that process.
Yeah, beautifully said. This is exactly it. Yes. Is there anything you would like to share?
No, that's
Amazing. Tanya, thank you so much once again for everything, for being part of this journey. And yeah, it was lovely talking to you.
Oh, I am so grateful that I have crossed your path so that I could experience this and that I could include this in my own healing journey. And I never knew. I never knew. And so to discover it, it's like, oh wow. Like it's a whole like, wow.
Now we know.
And in my language, I would say, oh, it's like unicorns farting glitter. I mean, it's just like, oh,
Absolutely, it can happen easily through your breath.
yeah.
Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.